name is Jenny. I'm here today to give you my August TBR, and reading this summer has been quite the challenge, but I am really excited to get to all these books, and I hope that I will have time to get to all these books. So the first one that I'm going to be starting reading in August, I'm not sure if I will finish this in August or not, is Women's Work, The First 2,000 Years, Women, Cloth, and Society in Early Times by Elizabeth Wayland Barber. I'm reading this book in conjunction with an art collaboration that I'm doing with another artist, and we're kind of using books as a way to inspire our work and our collaborative piece together. And so this book obviously is nonfiction. This is covering, like it said, the first 20,000 years of the evolution of cloth and women's society and the work that they did in society and contributed to society. So yeah, very excited to delve into this and get some history around the evolution of cloth. I'm going to be reading 2 books for Women in Translation Month. I believe this is the first time I'm participating in Women in Translation Month. So the first one I'm going to be reading is Cockroaches by Scholastique Mukasonga, and this was written in French and translated from the French by Jordan Stump. And Scholastique Mukasonga is from Rwanda, and this is a memoir of her family, essentially. I do not believe that she was in Rwanda during the genocide against the Tutsi people, but many of her family members were murdered in the genocide. And so this is her kind of memoir perspective of this time and what it meant to her to be out of the country, but losing family members, etc. So I have not read anything about Rwanda or from Rwanda before, so I am really excited about this. I first heard about this book in the Read Around the World book club that's run by Mal from Mal's Bookland Adventures, and I didn't get to it at the time that they were reading it, but I am getting to it now, and this book is on my 5-star predictions list, so I'm almost done with the reading for that. So looking forward to getting to this. And the second book I'm reading in translation is also translated from the French. I could have read these books in French, considering I can speak French and read French, but because I haven't read in French in a really long time, and also it's a little bit harder to access both of these books in French, I don't believe my library had Cockroaches in the original French. This book is Suzanne by Anais Barbeau-Lavalette, and this was translated by Rhonda Mullins. So this was a finalist for Canada Reads. I'm not sure what year. I think it may have been in 2019. I'm really, really excited to read this. It is a hybridized novel with nonfiction. Anais Barbeau-Lavalette's mother, her maternal grandmother was an artist, and growing up in Quebec in the 1950s, I believe, and she decided to leave her family and go and pursue an art career, and she met a lot of influential artists of the time, lived in Brussels, lived in New York, lived in Montreal, moved around. And so this book is kind of Barbeau-Lavalette's journey in trying to reconstruct her grandmother and understand her grandmother's choices, and understand the life that she chose to lead away from her family. And so it has also won a prize in Quebec, and I'm really excited. Obviously, it ties in with the art world, and I don't know a lot about the art world at this time, so I think this is going to be a really interesting and eye-opening book for me. As part of my 1970s project, I'm going to be reading The Women's Room by Marilyn French. This was published in 1977. This is a seminal novel of the feminist movement. And I think it will be interesting to read this alongside Suzanne, because even though I think that this is talking about a period potentially not exactly the same decade as Suzanne, I think there's going to be some crossover between the themes in Suzanne of a woman trying to forge her own path despite being expected to be only a mother and not pursue her dreams, and the themes in this book as well, talking about women being forced into roles that they did not want to perform in. It's a social commentary. It's a lot of things, I think. So, yeah, this is the longest one, and the type is very small. So this is almost 500 pages. After I read this book, my plan for the rest of the year is to not read any more books that are over 400 pages. I have read a lot of big books this year already, and they're wearing on me a little bit. So this baby is going to be the last one over 500 for the rest of 2021. Famous last words, but I hope I can make that happen. Okay, and my last book that I will be reading in August is my audio book, and that one is Recollections of My Nonexistence by Rebecca Solnit. This is also a memoir. Rebecca Solnit is a feminist author. She has written books such as Men Explain Things to Me and lots of other quite famous essays. I have not read any of those things. But I wanted to start with this one because I love memoir, and I'm really interested to hear about Rebecca Solnit's life. This talks about her evolution, living in San Francisco, choosing an alternative lifestyle in the 1980s, and trying to forge a path as a women writer at that time. So a lot of the books kind of fall into that theme, these women kind of forging these paths and living out their lives, whether it is the kind of expected path or not. These women kind of deviated from expected paths. So I think that's a nice theme to read on. And that's going to be my reading for August. I decided not to read for the BookTube Prize final. And that was a hard decision, but because I knew that things were getting really crazy in my life in September, and I had just this very brief time in August to kind of relax a little bit before the busy fall that I'm going to inevitably have. I didn't want to put the pressure on myself to read for the prize when I couldn't really feel excited and devoted to it. I didn't want to be distracted. I didn't want to feel obliged to read those books. I wanted to pick books that I really want to read and that I have no deadlines on, so that if I go past August and I haven't finished all these, I just carry on into September. There's no pressure to be finished by a certain date. And so that was my decision for that. I hope to get a few more bookish videos out this month than I have been over the past few months. I plan to do a little reading vlog. My family are going away. We leave tomorrow. So I'll do a little reading vlog. So I will do a little reading vlog while I am away. And I will be back again very soon with another video. Have a wonderful reading month for August, and I will be back again soon.